what's going on, gang? Good afternoon. Hi there. Make myself one last note. Hey, how are you? Greetings and salutations and all that. Blah, blah, blah. Good afternoon. My name is Alan Cox. Thanks for showing up. Say hi to Bill Squire, who's right over there.
Hey, creepy hugs, everyone. Thanks for listening to and watching this episode of the Alan Cox Show. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share a cold one with the boys.
Hey, Mary Santora is here, too.
Hi, guys. No babies.
And Poundcake is back behind the glass.
Afternoon, white people.
Happy to have you along. If you would like to join us, please do. 216-578-1007, 800-348-1007, 35192. If you want to send a text. AlanCoxShow.com. Bill just alluded to that. That's there for you as well. We'll get to some calls off the after hours line. Sometimes people just want to leave us quick messages. Sometimes when we're on the air, sometimes when we're not on the air. That's its normal and intended purpose. What I hate is when people don't call, but they keep trying to go back and forth with me on our Facebook page. I'm like, I'm not doing this. Delete. Call the show. I don't care what you leave here.
But that's where
I check it once a week.
That's where they feel the most powerful is on Facebook, and they know if they have to actually go back and forth and talk to you in real time.
But you don't have to go back and forth on the after hours line.
But that didn't. But that might not necessarily be the case. I'm just not going to go back and forth with somebody on. I mean, unless it's a question or something silly. But people really want to dig in with something, and I will message them back. Call the show. Send. And they'll send me another message. Call the show. You're typing me a lot of words, so clearly you can read. Call the show. Because it doesn't do me any good otherwise. Anyway, who cares, right? My daughter gets her second vaccination shot last night. The Walgreens. And so I'm grabbing something stupid when it's all over up at the register, and they have the Adelle CD. Everybody likes to talk about how Adele is just changing the rules, and every time she puts out an album, it's this huge, huge thing. They just sell millions of copies of the new Adele CD. I haven't heard anything from it, but I think the reason that they sell so many copies is because they don't let you ignore it. They give you no opportunity to ignore when Adele puts a new CD out, because there was a little like POP thing there, right? Your retail lingo, a little POP thing there, a little stand on the counter at the register full of Adele CDs. Like they'll have them in the middle of the aisles at Target or something.
CDs.
Well, listen, a lot of people, we think everybody's streaming all the time.
I do.
Dude, I've sold 1,500 CDs this year.
There's a lot of people that still buy DVDs.
They want the physical thing. They want to own it. Yeah.
A lot of people don't want to spend $75 a month like a sucker like me for Hulu or whatever.
Right.
A lot of people, they don't care about Netflix or whatever. But you can't avoid these Adele CDs. That's the secret. So next time, anytime one of you guys is putting a CD out, get a friggin' display on the Walgreens register counter.
Why didn't we think of that, Bill?
Why didn't
we
you?
think about hitting up Walgreens?
Because of the supply chain.
Walgreens!
Supply chain.
They're sitting out in the port of Los Angeles. They just got boxes of these things. Adele didn't seem to have any supply chain issues.
What if I set up a table outside of a Walgreens, like with Girl Scout cookies, but with my CDs?
Would you also be selling Girl Scout cookies?
No.
That's going to be the draw. You get them in with some Samoas, and then you say, would you like Samoa comedy?
Oh,
And
what if I
then-
made my own cookies, Santoas?
Who's the Samoan comedian?
Rock the Dwayne Johnson. He's very funny. Yeah, but I'm like, Jesus, this is why Adele... and listen, not at all a knock or anything. She's extraordinarily talented. But just from the sales side, if you put it in front of everyone, everywhere they go, yeah, you're going to sell a lot of copies.
Yeah, but are people...
Even somebody who's not that invested is going to go, I guess, right there, I'll grab one.
Nah,
I heard she's pretty good.
Are people picking up CDs as an afterthought like chapstick?
Walgreens must think they are. Because
there must be enough people doing it because it's also gift season.
Yes.
So if you go, I'll get this CD for my daughter.
Yes. I don't want to
She
go
likes
all
that.
the I don't want to mess with it on Amazon or who knows when it'll get here, right? It's right here. my aunt wants this. I'll get it right here. You're right. That makes perfect sense. I just couldn't tell you the last time I saw. I don't know if I've ever seen a register counter CD display. I'm sure they've been there, but I haven't seen one.
Someone's album a few years ago was at Starbucks. And so they were like, and there was some sort of backlash about like, I don't want to buy it from Starbucks. It's like, it's at Starbucks now. So just, people are trying to sell CDs wherever they can.
Yeah, good for them, man. I mean, and it's not like Adele would be, sitting around counting her pennies if they weren't on the counter at the Walgreens. Right. But I was like, literally, you can't go anywhere and not see a display for this CD. They were making big hay last week about the fact that Adele had gotten one of the streamers to change how they stream things because as a condition of them carrying her album or whatever. So when you have Adele, Taylor Swift, you can count on one hand the people in music who have that kind of pull right now. But holy camole, I bet Taylor Swift, now that I think of it, I bet she had Walgreens countertop displays.
But I think her stuff was always exclusively at Target.
Is it?
So
they have them on end caps next to the Utz chips.
Right, yeah, you'll see a bunch of
do I want yogurt covered pretzels?
Because they literally
do I want the new Taylor Swift 105-minute Wine Fest remastered?
It goes with the
together.
theme. Yeah.
It's right there.
They're like, oh, there's blankets, there's sweaters, mittens.
Ben and Jerry's.
And then Taylor Swift's like, not Lover album, but whatever she's on.
No, I'm not joking. They have her on end caps next to the chips and the Red Bull. Yeah. That's where the Taylor Swift, or they've got the cardboard display just in the middle of the aisle. Like when you first walk in and you're going past the checkout aisles and there's clothes on the other side, and that middle, they don't want to waste an inch of retail space. So there's like a stand of batteries, and that's where you're going to find your Taylor Swift, your Adele's. God bless them. It's smart.
Used to be
there are no dummies.
There used to be like select artists that would be playing in Hollister, and then you could buy their album exclusively at Hollister. And I forget how they determined that, but there's only like a select amount of CDs, and these are supposed to be like, I don't know, prestigious. And they really marketed it really well because people would be like, I have to have this guy that no one else has ever heard of, but they're playing him in Hollister. I swear to you.
But that's how you get heard. People go, then people Shazam the song. I Shazam songs all the time in stores. I go, hey, this is pretty good.
I remember the name of it.
Yeah.
The name of the song was called Hey LA by Ryan Beatty. Have you ever heard of Ryan Beatty?
No.
But I remember.
I have because I'm cool and hip like the kids at Hollister.
The girl was flipping the F out. She's like, it's Ryan Beatty. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. It's Ryan Beatty.
That makes me like remember one of our old program directors had a performer as a child.
Bo Matthews.
Yeah, Bo Matthews.
Alex Angelo.
Yeah, so
I think he dragged his daughter into the biz too, right?
Yeah, and my kids were really into him. So he was performing at Strongsville at South Park Mall one time, and I was like, they were into him before I was on the show.
Yeah.
Like they knew who he was because he had a big social media following, and he is adorable and he's a talented kid. So when we went to this, I'm like, oh, I'll take the kids. And like we're sitting in the room and my kids are just like staring at him like, that's the guy.
That's him.
He's right there. And I'm like, yeah, he's right there, guys.
Well, and you got to strike while that iron's hot while the kid is small and talented and cute. Because at some point, he'll still be talented, way less cute. When they get gangly and weird and whatever.
Smelly.
He's still adorable.
You got to get them when they're young and popping and locking and getting all those young girls going all full Beatle mania on them.
Well, what you need to do is you need to lock in the girls before they start going into
puberty?
Their music discovery phase when they're like, oh, I want something harder or darker.
Dude.
Or
you mean when they get more
hip-hop?
discerning, when they realize what genre they like instead of everything.
My niece is 14, and at Thanksgiving, she somehow got in charge of the speaker and turned on Pierce the Veil. And I looked at her and I was like, what are you doing? And she's like singing every word with like all this. I was like, I did this exact same thing to this exact, Pierce the Veil? I'm like, honey, this was my time. Like 2000s emo.
You're old now.
Right, I know. But like, it's just so funny to see this 14-year-old like screaming emo music at like the top of her lungs.
But were you into before today?
No.
Oh.
My sister was into the more harder stuff.
Before Today was the band, of course, that became
Yesterday.
Pierce the Veil.
Pierce the Veil.
Hey, Phil.
Hey, what's going on, Alan?
How are you?
Hey, earlier you were talking about you were at the store because your daughter got her vaccination, the second shot.
Yeah.
I was just calling to to ask you, I mean, you don't have to tell me. I don't know if you want to talk about it or not. But my 2 boys are going in a week and a half. And they were fine the first shot, but I got sick as heck the second shot I got.
Yeah.
And I was wondering, did your daughter get like sick at all, or just sleep?
No.
Or...
None of it. No, I didn't feel anything from mine. She didn't feel anything from hers. So far so good. I mean, she just got it last night, second one, but so far so good.
Cool. All right. Awesome.
All right.
Thanks a lot.
Good
man.
luck. Thank you, Phil. There you go. Again, one person. We extrapolate as you see fit, but no issues on this end. Okay, I got a break. I will have something for you. Well, Chris DiStefano tickets for you later on. If you're a fan of his, he's doing a show at the Agora next year. I'll have Smith & Myers passes for you later, too. They're going to be in town next month. That is the Shinedown Acoustic Side Project. And I'll have Cavs tickets for you later on as well. 35192 and a text for anything, and we'll be back.